Hello everyone. This is part 2 of my South Dakota adventure. This was my solo ride going from Rhode Island to Sturgis, South Dakota. Like I said in the first one, I wasn't there for the rally. I was about a week and a half early, and I was just there to experience the rides. This is an Ajax and Sadie adventure. Ajax is the old dude. Sadie is that sweet Speedmaster 2003. In this adventure, I'm going to be heading out to Needles Highway. This is an unbelievable ride in the Black Hills. I believe it's located in Custer State Park. The rock formations are tremendous. It's just a breathtaking ride. So come on along and let's check it out. For my run on Needles Highway, I couldn't have asked for a better day. It was in the mid-80s, high puffy clouds, blue skies, no rain in sight. Oh, I was so excited. On my ride in, right around Chicago, I hit the worst weather I've ever ridden on a motorcycle ever. Started with rain, that got heavier, and then hail, that got heavier. I had to pull under an overpass a couple times just to wait the hail out because it was beating me up. But shortly after that, I drove on and the rain subsided, the blue skies opened up, and for the remainder of my trip, not a single raindrop. My ride in on Needles Highway looks just like a typical Black Hills ride. Beautiful trees on either side, gorgeous rock formations, forest. It was a pretty nice looking ride. Now I'm hitting my first tunnel on the Needles Highway, South Dakota 87. This is the Iron Creek Tunnel. It is blasted out of the mountain, one-lane tunnel, so you have to wait until either side goes, and when it's your turn, you go through. A lot of people like to stop and take pictures and whatnot, and I'm no different. I spent the short time that I had waiting my turn, getting my gear organized. Excited to go through the tunnel. Lots of cars going through. Not many bikes though. I was kind of surprised. So when it's my turn, I get up and just have to wait for a car or two and then head on through. It's a one-way tunnel, so you can't just blast through. It's a short tunnel, but it's cool. Here on this overpass, I give pause to the beauty that is nature. It's unbelievable how spectacularly pretty this area is. The mountains, the hills, the rock formations, the trees, the forests, the wildlife. It's just so much to take in and definitely worth the ride. Around this curve on the right, you could see the starting of the rock formations that actually give this highway its name. They look like a bunch of needles standing straight up and down. It's so incredible. I mean, you see the raw power of nature in these rock formations, knowing that it took millions of years to carve these things. And here I am passing through them. It is truly breathtaking. Another pause for the cause. take a look out at the mountains. I just can't get enough of this. This is so therapeutic for me to go through and see all these wonderful sights and things that I've never experienced. It's very, very cathartic for my soul. As we get deeper in, you see more and more rock and less trees and grass and shrub. It's almost like a lunar landscape. Very cool. Straight ahead, you see the rock spires reaching for the sky. And I can't help but think about how they were formed and how through the ages the wind wore away the weaker stone and the stronger stone stayed together. And you see the gaps in between the two. And it's amazing how they're still standing, how time didn't drop them to the ground because they look so fragile. And at the same time, they look so powerful. The beauty of Needles Highway is not only do you see all these fantastic sights, but the ride is incredible. The tight turns, the swishbacks. It's just a very technical, very, very enjoyable ride. And you could tell because you see all these Corvettes on the road. Everybody wants to enjoy the ride. Now we're entering the heart of why they call it the Needles Highway. Truly incredible. We see more and more rock formations, less and less trees and grass and brush. We see a lot of people just coming out to enjoy the ride. It's truly a spectacular day on a spectacular road. I had to stop to take in this view. Truly incredible. Framed by the rock spears is the valley and the beauty of the Black Hills. Truly, truly breathtaking. That's another nice thing about this ride. A lot of pullouts so you can stop, look at the scenery, or let faster vehicles get by. It kind of makes the whole ride a lot more safer, and it's more enjoyable when you can stop every now and then in a safe spot and take pictures. So, well done. Now, I've always been one to take adventurous rides on the bike, and I always travel alone because I find this is my time to meditate and to get in my own head and things like that. You have to be real careful on these type of rides because the scenery is so spectacular. You have a temptation to just look at the scenery and not follow the road. The roads are very technical. They're very tight turns. So you really have to pay attention, and you also have to worry about someone else who's looking at the scenery and not paying attention. So definitely have to be on your A game. Good to bring a camera so you can look back after the rides and see things you may have missed while you were driving. but definitely worth the trip. And now we're heading into the Needles Highway Tunnel. This has to be one of the most fantastic tunnels I've ever been through. I mean, not only is it just carved out of the mountain, but the rock formations you go through is spectacular. And of course, no tunnel would be complete without a stormtrooper. You see a lot of really nice cars lining up, taking in the scenery, taking in the ride. It's just incredible. And like I said before, the day was just spectacular. I will say I was surprised at the lack of motorcycles on the highway. I see a lot of cars, see a lot of nice cars, see a lot of everyday cars. I think people wanted to take advantage of the pre-rally lack of motorcycles to get out there and see the scenery in the summer. I know that's what I was doing. I was trying to avoid the crowds. I just wanted to do the rides and do them, peacefully and not have to worry about a lot of people. But I really thought there'd be more people like me out here, on motorcycles. It's funny. Right after I got back from this trip, I started thinking about, man, when can I get back out there? When can I spend more time in the Badlands and the Black Hills and maybe just camp out there for like a week or two and just explore? It sounds so exciting and so inviting. I'm definitely going to look into another trip out here. Heading back into the heart of Custer Park, enjoying the scenery, the trees, the mountains, but definitely missing the rock formations. We may have left most of the rock formations behind, but the ride is still great. Roads are clear for the most part, fairly well maintained, nice curves, so still a fantastic ride. And on the right is the Black Hills Playhouse. It looks like an interesting place to go see a play or a presentation. Never been, never really heard anything about it, but I have seen a lot of signs for it, so might be worth it. And that's another thing about these rides. Like I said, there's a lot of pull-offs to let people go by, and for the most part, people are pretty polite and they let you get through if they think they're holding you back. Uh, So very, very courteous drivers. I like that. And as we head towards the conclusion of this ride, I must say this was one of my favorite rides in South Dakota and pretty much anywhere. Iron Mountain, I think, may be a little bit more technical because of the pigtails. But this, the rock formations, long sweepers like right here, you have tight turns, big turns, and for the most part a well-maintained and not too populated highway. So very beautiful as we head down into the valley. We see a lot of the trees and the brush, and just a beautiful lush green area surrounding a nice highway with some pretty nice tights. So this is the second in a series of South Dakota Black Hills rides I'm going to be posting. The first one was heading into the Badlands and entering the area. Totally spectacular. This one, Needles Highway. So both absolutely breathtaking. I plan on also dropping one on Spearfish Canyon Run and an Iron Mountain Run. So look forward to that. So thank you so much for sharing this video with me. Please stay tuned for future videos, and if you could, like and subscribe. Have a great day. Keep riding.